Welcome back to Daytime. So many times we have all the questions in the world, we may not have the answers. Well, our next guest does have some very important answers for you, and as a matter of fact, it's the name of her latest book. Candace Frazee joins us. She is the author of There Is an Answer, and it is a pleasure to have you in studio.
Thank you.
You know, you've written the book There Is an Answer, and I guess we should ask, first of all, what is the question? Give us an idea of what the book is about.
The questions are anything to do with spirituality, life after death, what's going to happen, who is God. People around the world write me questions. I have lost my voice because I've been doing so many lectures since I've been here in Canada. I live in California. I'm a Canadian. I did not give up my citizenship, so I'm visiting my sister here in Kitchener. And I've been going to all these places giving lectures, and I'm losing my voice.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, but I'm happy. So people around the world write me questions about what did Swedenborg, Emanuel Swedenborg, philosopher from the 18th century, what did he write about this? And I answer the questions.
That's right. You're talking about Swedenborg, and in this area, some people will be familiar with it. Others won't be familiar with Emanuel Swedenborg. Maybe you could give us an idea of who this man was.
Well, he was a philosopher and a Christian writer in the 18th century. And 15 years after he died, a religion was formed on his books. But many people around the world read his books and they're not forming the religion. But in the 1800s, the pioneers coming in through Berlin, which was the original Kitchener, they brought the Swedenborg's books and formed churches out here in the area. And since then, it's grown up, and there's a high school, Swedenborgian High School in the area. So it's all over, but that's the local.
Well, and there's something about, and I'm just finding out a little bit more about him myself, and that's part of the reason for the book, is to create this enlightenment as to who he was,
right,
what his teachings were,
right,
what the followers believed,
right,
and you get this sense of not only hope, but that there's a happiness around the entire. It just seemed to be a very positive thing.
Oh, great! I'm glad to see that. Yeah, my first book, There's an Answer, is very biographical about Swedenborg. It's part memoir about my life, and then part spiritual guide about what Swedenborg teaches. My second book, More Answers, goes into more biographical about my life and how I apply Swedenborg teachings to my life.
Well, and a lot of these are actual letters.
Yes.
Letters that you have
Yes.
answered in a paper that you published down in
a
the
newsletter.
States.
STYLA stands for Swedenborg Information of Los Angeles. So I've been doing that for 22 years now, and then it became the anniversary 2 years ago of doing my STYLA newsletter for 20 years, and I thought, wow, I should put all this together and form a book. And my book won 2 book awards, so I'm very excited about that. It won a national for United States book award, and it won an international, so it's very exciting.
Well, it's very exciting and sometimes humorous as well as you write.
There's
a very, very positive and up, and I
Yes.
love some of the little caricatures that are in there as well.
Well, my book is about bunnies and angels. What a combo,
and if
right?
people wonder how that works, it really does work out in here.
It does, because I live in a bunny museum. My home is the Bunny Museum. So people come to Pasadena and they can go online to thebunnymuseum.com and see. It's a normal house. I love to say it's a normal house. But like this area, the tables, the chairs, everything would be bunny in our home. So people come and take tours and go around and see. Now I brought you to show you what it is. My husband and I give each other a bunny gift every day as a love token.
And that's how it started. It was a beautiful little token from your husband that started all of this.
On Valentine's Day, yep. So we give each other a gift. So I'm here, so I have to come home and bring him gifts. These are all my Canadian bunnies I'm taking home.
Well, see, in true bunny style, they just keep multiplying, don't they, Candace?
They do.
So in the museum itself, is this a museum set up that people can tour through? They can
every day
go through?
We give tours. Yeah. It's a real museum, but it's called a living museum because we live in there. You know how you go to a pioneer village and you see the lady spinning the wool and cooking on a pot? Well, people come to my house and they see me doing dishes, they see me organizing or dusting, and they come on over. Oh, you know what lives at the Bunny Museum? And we don't mind? Dust bunnies.
Oh, I need a bunny museum. I think I have my own under some of the furniture that's starting already. But this is a lovely little thing. And this is the type of energy that I think I was alluding to in the book. You know, this very positive, up, happy. I mean, you yourself are a very uplifting person. Hasn't always been that way for you when your journey.
Well, I was a battered wife. So my second book goes into my first marriage. I have a very nice husband now, but that was only because I got therapy and I learned about red flags and what to do and what not to do. So you need the therapy to figure out. And so it's very uplifting, my second book,
And
for anyone traveling through that.
And in your case, you mention in the book that as far as Swedenborg goes, this is something that you've followed basically since you were a child, both of your parents.
Yes. I'm third generation Swedenborgian. Both my grandfathers found Heaven and Hell, Swedenborg's most popular book, in public libraries in Victoria and Toronto. And then they read the books and went, wow, this means a lot. It's his most popular book, Heaven and Hell. So right across Canada. And then I was born in Toronto and went to the States, married an American. And we have a Canadian section in the museum.
A Canadian bunny
section? Yep. So all this will be part of the Canadian section when I go back.
I think that's wonderful, and I should point out you are wearing red today, which is really your color. You are the original lady in red. Can we call you that?
Okay. The bunny lady in red. I only wear red. Mm-hmm. And when I met my husband, he met me in red, and so naturally my wedding dress was in red.
Oh.
Yes.
Very nice. There's so many wonderful stories.
Red symbolizes love. Mm-hmm. And then actually in my first book I go through, a lot of people think that white was the original wedding dress, and many countries even today, they wear the red wedding dress.
Wow.
Yeah, very interesting.
See, that's just a little bit of what you can learn from Candace. And you're in the area, we're very happy to have you here, and you're going to be doing a book signing as
Chapters on Saturday at Waterloo. I think it's on King Street.
Yes.
Chapters. So from 1 to 3, if anybody wants to hop on over, and I'll talk bunnies or angels with anybody.
And you can find out more about There Is an Answer, and it is available at Chapters. Where else can they find
Amazon.com.
out more? Exactly.
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And you can also go to Candace's website to find out more about her, the Bunny Museum, the books, Swedenborgism, just anything about that. A wealth of information and so much there, and we're seeing a little bit of the Bunny Museum right now.
Oh, good.
Is he talking to Bugs Bunny?
Yes, that's Hugh Hauser. It was on PBS, and that's our bunny telephone that he's holding up there. Everything is bunny. The toilets, the dishes, the hairbrush, everything is bunny.
Well,
over 26,000 items.
26,000?
We have the Guinness record, the most bunnies in the world.
26,000, and we'll have to count up how many are on the table here to add on to that. It's a pleasure to meet you, Candace. Wonderful to have you here, and you can meet her in person this Saturday, Chapters in Waterloo. So make sure
we won't shake our hands. We'll do what I have people come in my bunny museum.
And what's that?
Bunny bump.
Bunny bump?
Bunny.
Bunny?
Bump. That's our greeting at the museum.
I love that. Thank you so much, Candace.
My pleasure.
Back in a moment. Stay with us.
Have a happy day.